Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports back in the video today, and today the Chicago Bears have made a trade, and it's not the trade you think that the Chicago Bears have made. And honestly, if you think it's what you think it is, it's not, and I don't know why anybody would think it is. But the Chicago Bears are trading for an offensive lineman, and with some of the Bears' recent offensive lineman struggles, I guess that would be a really good sign for the Chicago Bears to start off the offseason. The Bears are trading for Ryan Bates, an offensive lineman from the Buffalo Bills. This is also, not to mention, the first trade of the offseason. Who would have thought the first trade of the offseason would have been Ryan Bates, an offensive lineman? I don't think anybody would have guessed that. I think I thought it was going to be I really thought it was going to maybe be Russell Wilson or maybe be someone else. Actually, on the same day we see Russell Wilson get cut, but never really thought it would be him. Ryan Bates is a very solid offensive lineman. He played all 17 games, didn't start any games last year, but the season before that, he was coming off a season with the Bills in 2022, starting 15 games for the Bills. I think the cool thing about him is he can play multiple positions for you. He can play guard, he can play center as well. And if you want him to, he can play both sides at guard, left and right, and play center. So he can play three positions for you on the offensive line. And he's done that for the Buffalo Bills since they acquired him in 2019 when they drafted him. So, I think he's done a very solid job with the Bills in his 5 seasons. But look at the center position for the Bills. They have a guy like Mitch Morse, who is a very good center and played all 17 games, started in all 17 games, has been a Pro Bowler, and I believe an All-Pro as well. I'm not 100% on the All-Pro, but I know he's been a Pro Bowler. I think he might be an All-Pro as well. I'm not 100% sure on that. But he's been really solid, so that spot's kind of like not sure. You're not going to see Ryan Bates at center. And then the Bills also have some really talented guards on their roster too. So yes, Bates was a starter for this Bills offensive line in 2022, but he was not a starter for them in 2023. And I don't think he was going to be a starter for them in 2024. For the price that they're getting back for Ryan Bates, this is a great trade for the Bills. I think it's a great trade for both teams, and I'll tell you why. Because for the Bills, they're getting a 5th-round pick for a guy who definitely was going to help you, off the bench, as a backup offensive lineman, maybe a starter if someone gets hurt. But you're getting a 5th for a guy who's a backup. That is really good to get a 5th-round pick for a guy who's going to be a backup. They're receiving a 2025 5th-round pick from the Bears. And then for the Bears, look, you have a weak offensive line. So, adding in someone from the Bills offensive line, it might be different for them. Bates on the Bears offensive line compared to the Bills, he might be a starter on the Bears offensive line compared to being with the Bills. I doubt he's a starter, but I'm just saying he has a better chance to be a starter on the Bears than he does on the Bills. And he was solid. He wasn't great. I mean, it wasn't like he was great. And if he was, he'd be starting in 2023. He was solid in 2022 as a starter on the offensive line for 15 games for the Bills. And that's why I kind of like this addition for the Bears. But you are giving up a 5th-round pick, but they have so much draft capital. I don't think a 5th-round pick really hurts you when you have, so much draft capital and, really, anything to improve the offensive line. I think at that point for the Bears. And so I like the trade for both teams. I really do. I don't think either team lost. I don't think either team won. I think both teams won from this trade actually. I think it's even because the Bills are getting a 5th for a backup, while the Bears have a chance to potentially turn a backup into a potential starter, if not something in the middle of a starter to a bench offensive lineman. But he can play multiple positions, so that's one thing. Let me know your thoughts on the trade in the comment section. That is it for our first trade of the offseason in the NFL offseason. Who thought it was going to be this? But still, it's a good start. Let's see what other trades happen next. I think you definitely will see it heat up, but I think it won't really heat up until the official new year of the NFL happens on March 13th, which is almost a week away. So we have a week away, and then the new year starts. I think that's when you'll start to see more trades happen once free agency begins. But maybe we see one or two. If I had to guess, I'd say maybe one trade, but at the max two trades happen until next week, when the March 13th official new year happens for the NFL season. Let me know your thoughts on the trade in the comment section, and peace out.